Yogi Clan, good morning. Welcome back to Yogi Cycle Service. We are on the way to work, and I thought I'd record a quick product review Thursday. Well, it may not be that quick, but product review Thursday. What do we got on the table today? So about 6 years ago, maybe a little longer, about 6 years ago, I decided I'm tired of taking my tires to the shop, taking my bike to the shop to have the tires changed. I want to change these tires myself. Something I should be able to do, I can do. I just got to figure out how to do it. I didn't have a problem taking my wheel off the bike. I didn't have a problem taking the rubber off the wheel. The problem that I had that I didn't know at the time how to solve was how to balance it. Now, I know I could have bought from Harbor Freight one of those static balancers where you mount your tire on the axle, you hold it, you let it go, it drops down, the heaviest point goes to the bottom, so you add some weights to the top, and then you spin it again, and then you see which way it drops. Static balancing. It's just balancing for the heavy spots in there. And I could go out and buy some lead wheel weights, some of the sticky ones, to stick them onto the tire. I thought about that, but I just didn't really seem like my thing. So I decided I have to come up with some other kind of solution. I have to come up with some other kind of plan on how to get these wheels balanced without using static balancing. Now, I know I probably could have driven them down to a tire shop, pay them $10, have them balance it, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. So I discovered some other ways. This technology that we're going to do a product review on, from what I understand, is used by 18-wheelers. Do all 18-wheelers use it? I don't know. But from what I understand, it came from the world of 18-wheelers. And I do have a friend that worked at Snyder Tire, and I did verify that. That is indeed how he balances 18-wheelers. Now, it's not the exact same product as what I'm going to be reviewing here today, but the technology is the same. So let's go ahead and roll the opening intro, and then we'll dive on in. All right, Yogi Clan, welcome back. So as you know from the title, we're talking about Dynabeads. Dynabeads. So when I order tires off a Rocky Mountain ATV, I always order 3 ounces of Dynabeads. Motorcycle tires require 2 ounces of Dynabeads. So if every third tire, you get a free change of Dynabeads. When they come, they will come in a package. It looks like this. This is a 3-ounce bag of Dynabeads. Let me see if I can get this close to the camera so you can see what they look like. Dynabeads. They're little tiny ceramic balls. If you can see that. Little tiny ceramic balls. And this is a 3-ounce package of them. Supposedly you can reuse these, so when you put them in the tire and you change your tire the next time, supposedly you can take them out and reuse them. That's too much effort to try to collect 2 ounces of pieces, because they're about the same size as like a grain of sand. It basically looks like grains of sand. Other technology that I've heard people doing, I haven't tried it myself, BBs, the airsoft BBs, the little plastic ones. I've heard of people using those in lieu of these, but these work. I like them. They work well. When you go put them in your tire, you're going to use a tube that looks like this. There's a little cap. So you unscrew it, you dump the Dynabeads in there, you go to your valve stem, and you put them all in the valve stem. If you have a tubed tire, you can use them for tube tires or tubeless tires. So in a tube tire, you put them in through the valve stem. Let me tell you how I do it. It'll make your life a whole lot easier. When I first started using these, I have a tubeless tire. I would take my tire off, I'd put the new tire on, I'd seat the beads, I would take that bottle, and it comes with a little straw that you can use too. The straw's annoying. I just mash that top straight into the valve stem. That works just fine. Well, you take the straw, you connect the straw to your valve stem, and then you put the tube in there, and then you squeeze them in, The thing is, after a little bit, they all get jammed up in the valve stem. You got to bounce the tire. You got to take like a little coffee stir stick, poke it down in there so that you relieve the clogs so they flow through in the tire. So getting them in through a valve stem, severe pain in the butt. So what I do when doing a tube tire, let's talk about a tube tire first. So I will take the tire off, take the tube off. I will put one side of the tire, you can seat the tire down in the rim. Just don't, obviously you're not going to seat the bead because it doesn't have the tube in it. I'll fill the tube up with the Dynabeads, then I'll put the tube in the rim, get the tube through the rim, the valve stem through the rim, put the nut on there, put a little air in there, make sure the tube's not pinched anywhere, and then put the valve core in and go ahead and seat the tire, seat the bead. For a tubeless tire, I'll go ahead and fully seat the tire, both sides on the rim, seat the tire, then I'll come back and I'll re-brake one side of the tire. So the bottom half of the tire is still seated on the rim. The top half, I'll break the bead on it. After I've broken the bead, I'll just take that bag, I'll break the bead right by the valve stem. So if your tire's here, your valve stem's here, you're going to break the bead on this side. So break it right by your valve stem, dump all them in, open up the bag, dump it in, 2 ounces. Or if you bought a 3-ounce bag, cut 1 ounce off, get you a kitchen scale, measure 2 ounces, cut 1 ounce off, save it for next time. Break the one side of the bead by the valve stem, dump the bag in there, or you can stand the tire up. All the beads will fall to the bottom and your valve stem's at the top. Spray some Windex on it, seat your bead, reseat the bead. That way you're assured, because I've done it where I've learned through trial and error, Yogi Clan. I've done it where I've seated both sides and tried to get them through the valve stem, and that's a 20 to 30 minute aggravation. Big time aggravation. I've done it where I've not seated the beads, dumped them in there, hit the air to the thing, and they all blow out everywhere, and then have to get new Dynabeads and redo it again. So the best way to do it is to seat both sides of the bead, have your tire fully seated, and then break the bead on one side right by the valve stem, because you don't want the valve stem at the bottom as you're seating the bead, because it's going to blow and then those beads are going to blow out. But if the beads are down at the bottom of the tire, your valve stem's at the top, and you reseat the bead again, it should seat pretty fast, pretty quick, and you shouldn't be blowing beads out all over the ground. So I've learned this after changing, and I've probably used, I've used these beads for 6 years. They've gone on every single tire change I've done for my motorcycle. I pretty much go through a front every 2 years and a rear a year, thereabouts. So that's at least 9 tires on my bike. I've done a lot of my friends' tires on their bikes using these beads. Not once have I ever had a problem with a tire bouncing because it's out of balance. Never had a problem. So if you have a tire that is conventionally seated with lead weights or conventionally balanced with lead weights, you just take those lead weights off and put the Dynabeads in. Now, I have also had many an argument with very close friends about Dynabeads, about their effectiveness. And the way I closed the last argument that I had is, well, there's a motorcycle shop in town, pretty big motorcycle shop. They have a huge inventory of motorcycles, probably one of the bigger motorcycle stores in the area. They sell Indian motorcycles. They used to sell Victory motorcycles, so they're a Polaris dealer, plus Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, and Kawasaki. And they sell everything from ATVs to dirt bikes to sport bikes to cruisers. And the only way that they balance their motorcycle tires is with Dynabeads. That's all they do. So if you forget to order them when you order a tire, and I'm changing the tire for you, we can just run right around the corner of their store and pick up however many ounces you want to buy. And they sell them for about the exact same price that you get it from Rocky Mountain ATV. So if a motorcycle store a pretty darn big one. Their only way of balancing tires is the same Dynabeads that I'm using. Then I know they stand by their product. So you can argue with me all day long about Dynabeads, how, they're crap, they don't work. The whole principle behind them is centrifugal force. If you go out to YouTube and just go into the search bar and type Dynabeads, look for a video that has, it's a soda bottle. It's a water bottle, actually. It's a water bottle, and the guy's holding the water bottle in the thumbnail like this. You see it out. And what he does is he takes a penny and he tapes with Scotch tape a penny to the side of the water bottle. And then from the cap end, from this end, he takes this and he attaches it to a cordless drill. And he turns the drill on and spins it. And when you see it spinning with the penny on it, it's wobbling like this. Because the penny throws it off balance. It's off balance. So then he opens up the cap, dumps in 1 ounce of Dynabeads, puts the cap back on, starts the drill again. The drill starts spinning. Sorry, there's 1 or 2 left in here that's making a rattling noise. He starts the drill spinning again, and when those Dynabeads hit the centrifugal force and they spread out like that, which happens, I don't know, in your motorcycle tire, I have to imagine you hit 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour, they spread out. And what they do is they spread to the lowest point. And that way it balances your tire. And they spread out evenly because they're free floating inside your tire. Well, same thing with this bottle with the penny on it. They spread out inside the bottle. Well, now suddenly that bottle's not wobbling anymore. Now it's spinning smoothly. He's got it on pretty high RPM too. So it's no joke. The stuff works. Now, can you use them for car tires? So I had a PT Cruiser, and I used them on a PT Cruiser. And on their website, it does say, warning, do not use these for tires. It's below a certain height profile, I believe is what it is. And I used them on a PT Cruiser. They worked, but the tires on the PT Cruiser did not last as long as conventionally balanced tires. Now, from what I understand, a pickup truck tire like this truck here, something with a higher wall, higher profile, I don't know why it makes a difference, but apparently it does. And then the Dynabeads you get for cars are not these little sand looking, this is the motorcycle size. The ones for cars are a little bit bigger. They look not quite as big as a BB, but about halfway in between a BB size and this size is the size you use for automobiles. I think the 18-wheeler ones are more like a BB size. The ones that I got from my buddy who worked for Schneider, it looked like they were green. They looked like almost like little pieces of glass. I think there was, I don't know what they were made out of, but they were green. They were different. They were not Dynabeads. So a motorcycle shop, local large motorcycle shop in town uses them. I have never had a problem. And all my motorcycle tires have Dynabeads in them. That's how they're balanced. It's fast, it's cheap, it's easy. I think it's more reliable personally than a static balanced tire, because those beads, as the tire wears, as that tire changes and flexes, those beads will adjust. So they will constantly be rebalancing themselves and rebalancing your tire. So as your tire wears, your tire will never get out of balance because it's automatically correcting itself because of centrifugal force. So to me, that would make me think that your tires will last longer than a static balanced or even just a lead weight balanced tire. Even if they do put it on the tire machine that spins it. I forget, motion balanced? I don't remember what the terminology, I used to know what that was, but man, when you get older, there are too many things that get locked in your head and you wind up, I heard it the other day and it was so accurate, you gotta dump some stuff out to make some room for some other things. Well, the name for the balancing process on a tire when you put it on the machine and it rotates it is one of those things that just fell out. So, point to the story is Dynabeads work. But it's kind of like the oil argument. synthetic versus dinosaur, Mobile One versus Amsoil. Everybody's got their own personal opinion on it. So the only thing I can tell you is, if you're interested, give it a try. If you want me to change your tire, that's what I'm going to use. I'm more than happy to change the tire. Love changing tires. I think it's kind of fun. I love the feeling of new rubber on a bike. And if you're going to get new rubber from Yogi Cycle Service, we're going to be getting you Dynabeads. We're going to be trying you out with some Dynabeads. So let me know what you think. Do you use them? I don't really care. You know, this video may get thumbs down, and that's fine, because I know that there are a lot of haters of Dynabeads, because I've already gone back and forth quite a few times on Facebook about Dynabeads with haters. And that's okay. I'm okay with that, because I know they work for me. So if they work for me, maybe they'll work for you too. Try them out. I give that product 2 thumbs up. I think it's awesome. I think it's a great invention, and it works. And if it works, I use it. So there you go, Yogi Clan. There's my product review, Dynabeads. $7.99 for 2 ounces, $8.99 for 3 ounces. Your tire takes 2 ounces. Go ahead and buy 3 of them. That way you get a free Dynabead tire change on your 3rd tire. And give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Happy Thursday, y'all. I am heading to the mountains with Mrs. Yogi tomorrow, so I might be recording some over the weekend, but I'm going to be with Mama. It's a Mama weekend. So I'm going to be laying low for a while. I'll be back on Tuesday, so I'll be out on Monday. So Safety Tip Tuesday may be a little late next week. It may be more like Safety Tip Wednesday. So bear with me. We'll keep the content coming. As always, shoot me your ideas. Shoot me your thoughts. I got a few people reaching out to me with some great ideas and some good stuff coming. So got some good content coming down the road. So make sure you subscribe and notify so you know when it hits. I thank you for your support. I thank you for joining me. Hope you have a wonderful weekend. Take care. Peace.